Hello and welcome back to another episode of That Podcast. My name is Ryan Janke, and as always, I'm joined by Pastor DJ Lura, Sarah DeYoung, Brinley Donut, and Emma Hovdenes. Look at that, you hit it just right.
Man, she's way better at this than I am. She's like, wait, hold on.
Nope, wrong one. So, yeah, we just got back from Kansas City. We talked about that like 2 episodes ago, I think, that we were going to head down there.
Yep.
And we went, and we made it home.
You came, all good things,
you saw. All good things.
We conquered, and we're back now.
Conquered, and you're back.
Yeah. And so we thought it would be cool to have a couple participants come on.
Wonderful.
And talk about it. So we've got Brinley and Emma here with us.
How you guys doing?
Good. We're doing good.
Good. Right. You ready for this?
Yeah. No.
So that's a solid maybe between the two of them.
Yep. But between the two, yeah. So how was the trip?
It was fun and really eye-opening, I feel like.
Yeah? Like how?
Just seeing stuff I've never really seen before, kind of.
Okay. Brinley, how about you?
Well, I feel like it was good, in my opinion, because I made bonds with people like I usually wouldn't have made bonds with. And I saw a lot of like things, you wouldn't see in Fargo. So I really enjoyed the trip.
Cool. How is their volume? Do they need to pull the mic back and forth when they're talking? Did you look?
It'll be good.
We're good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, cool.
You bring up an interesting question that I have. So what does Kansas City have that Fargo doesn't have?
I feel like it just, I've never really seen, like, there's just been a lot more ups and downs in this town you can see. Like, there's really nice places, and then there's some really rough places. And in Fargo, what you can see is there's one patch of, like, little more, like, nicer places, and then a little bit more rougher places. Okay. And you can see the difference. But in Kansas City, it's just, like, throughout the whole city. And in Fargo, I feel like you don't really see that much, kind of.
When you first said that, what I thought is, well, you're just saying that Fargo is flat, because it is, and Kansas City has hills. That is an eye-opener.
Yeah. Okay. So what I thought would be fun, we have a bunch of pictures, and for those of you who listen on Google Podcasts or Spotify or things like that, flip over to the YouTubes, because I'm going to put these pictures on YouTube so that you can see what we're talking about at the same time. We're just going to go through these pictures, and we'll let Sarah and DJ look at them too. But you guys just tell me what's going on. And well, you guys weren't in the same group.
No, we weren't.
So how did that work?
I mean, it was different, but...
So we went down, there were 20 of us. 18 of us. I'm sorry. There was 20 when we had the CSM staff with us, but we went in 2 groups, and because of the van situation, one group had 8 and the other one had 12. And so we would pretty much split up in the morning and go our separate ways and then come back in the evening. We all kind of did the same service stuff for the most part, but there were some things that one group got to do that the other one didn't. So I was with Brinley's group, and Emma was in the other group, obviously, and we ate at different places and things like that. Maybe we should talk about your favorites first. Like, what was your favorite service project to do?
Mine was definitely the Project Cure. I think it was really cool that we were underground and, like, just doing the stuff that, could make an impact on the world. Like, for example, my group was, like, packaging up hospital beds, and we were sending them to Ukraine, which I think is pretty cool, because then they're not just doing it to the U.S., like, they're doing it everywhere.
And Brinley, really what was that one called? Project
Cure.
Cure. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So, and she mentioned that it was underground. So it was old, I believe, was it lime mines?
Yeah, it was like a limestone.
Limestone mines. So
really?
It was called Subtropolis. And you go underneath, and it was so big that they actually had labeled like streets and avenues, I guess. I mean, they didn't call them avenues or things like that, but you would go to a section and it would be like 8600 row or whatever, 8400 row, and then you'd have to find they had addresses down there. Otherwise, you couldn't find anything. When we first drove in, we drove in the wrong end, and we were driving forever down there because we couldn't find where we were supposed to be.
So all of Subtropolis is Project Hope, or were they like one thing of like many different organizations down there?
Project Cure, but no, that was one.
What did I say?
Project Hope.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
One little minuscule. That was just one place out of a lot. There were. I didn't look at the names and stuff like that, but they had like loading docks for places. So there were 18-wheelers coming in and out of there. I mean, I don't know if they had restaurants. Like I don't know.
I've never heard of this before.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So the I think it was Tuesday night. And you guys didn't wake up to the tornado sirens, did you?
No, we didn't.
It was like 1:30 in the morning, and I had earplugs in, and all of a sudden I'm like eyes kind of flutter a little bit, and I'm like, I think I hear sirens. And I wake up, pull out one earplug. Yep, those are sirens. So I go out in the hallway and look out the window, and the trees are like rustling a little bit. And then I went on my phone and looked at the radar, and it had already passed us. But I found out the next day that if it's in the county, they sound the sirens for the entire
Did you have
county.
the North Dakota moment where you're like, why am I hearing sirens? It's not even the first Wednesday of the month.
Not 1:00 on Wednesday. But that morning then, they didn't have any power in Subtropolis. So it was totally dark down there. Did you know about that, Emma? Yeah, they had no power. So that would have been a little freaky, I think.
Do people live down there too?
No, I don't think so. I think
Okay.
it's just businesses.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then like Brinley said, they used strapping to strap beds together that were going to Ukraine, and the rest of us were sorting supplies, which was right in Emma's mom's wheelhouse because she's a nurse. So, yeah, that was neat, and I got injured down there.
You got injured.
I did. Yeah.
How'd you get injured?
All right.
Oh, no.
So if you were going to make a
Was there a mutiny or something from your group?
no, that was later.
Oh, okay.
If you were gonna make a sharp object that had a cap on it, would you make the cap sturdy enough to keep the sharp object inside?
You'd hope so.
That sounds fairly reasonable.
Well, it should. So I have a habit.
Oh, no.
Is there a class action lawsuit coming?
Well, I don't know. I'm going to let it go because we were on a mission trip. But I have this habit where if I have a pen with a cap, I put the cap on and then I smack it on my palm like this. Mm-hmm. So the lady gave me a scalpel. Emma's laughing.
Oh, no.
It's not funny. The lady gave me a scalpel to cut open boxes with.
Uh-huh.
And it had a cap. Not even thinking, I put the cap on and went like that. And my hand was like a bubbling crude of blood.
It went right through the cap.
It did, right through the cap and into my palm, and there was blood everywhere.
It's a scalpel. You're lucky you
Yeah.
didn't stab all the way through your hand.
It hurt.
I'll bet it did.
I told everybody that I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You went around and you were like, "Hey guys, I just
Look
cut
what
my
I
hand."
did.
Yeah.
Stabbed right through my hand.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, it was a Band-Aid.
Oh.
A Band-Aid for what did you call it? The bubbling pool of blood in your hand?
Yep.
The gusher?
Yep. Oh,
Was it spraying?
no. It was like a bubbling crude. It just like it was like a filling bathtub in my palm. I just cupped my palm like
So
this.
they're never going to invite you back because now you just threw off
Well,
their
we can't-
like injury, like
Yeah.
needle poke.
We came back the next day.
It said like 300 days since last injury.
So I'm just erasing it. 0.
So yeah, Emma, you guys were there too, right?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part of that?
Wait, hold on real quick because I want to ask this too. So now that you're back and your hand is healed up,
Yeah.
do you still do that with pens?
Yeah.
Like you still
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Never learn.
learn nothing.
44 now. I
Learned
can't
nothing.
change. I'm too old. I'm too old.
Old. He's old.
Yeah. It did start to smell a bit like almonds for a while, though.
Oh man,
But it's good now. Yeah, I thought it was going gangrenous on me. So, Emma, what was your favorite part in Subtropolis?
We also got to do Project Cure, and what I did is I sorted through medical supplies, and there were like donated medical supplies, and we had to like sort through needles, like respiratory supplies and like bandages, and we did that for like about 2 hours, I think, and we got to just do that for a while, and it was really fun. That was probably my favorite part, just like sorting medical supplies. So.
Sure. What was your favorite overall service project, or was that it too?
We got to go to the Amethyst place, and it was a place for women in recovery after giving birth, or like they have kids that they can't really take care of. Well, they can take care of. They just need like a safe place to stay. And we got to hang out with the kids for about an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, fun.
And
Nice.
yeah, we just got to let the moms like relax, and we just got to hang out with the kids. So
Okay. Very cool. So what were some of the, I'm trying to remember some of the other service projects that we did. Like so we
Was it just you guys on site? Like, were there any other churches there?
no, we were
Just
the
you
only
guys?
one on site. We got to stay at Mid-American Nazarene University.
Nice.
So this is the first mission trip I've ever gone on where I got an actual bed.
Man.
So I don't know how I'm going to do it in 3 weeks when we go to Alaska and sleep on an air mattress.
Right. Man.
So
Luxury.
Yeah, it was living
Not
in luxury.
barely roughing it.
Air conditioned, except you guys didn't have AC the first night, right?
no,
No, it,
It
was,
was
a
really-
sauna in there.
Was it hot?
Yeah.
It was really hot.
yeah.
Well, relatively speaking, yes. I mean,
It's
we were
humid,
coming from Fargo, where it was like probably 60 degrees, and then it was
Yeah.
about 85 there.
Okay.
But this week, they've got temperatures into the hundreds down
Right.
there.
Right. Well, we'll be joining them.
We'll be there too, yeah. So yeah, we were in dorms. So there was the girls were in one, and we were in another. They were locked off. We had cards to get in, so we could scan cards to go in, and then we were connected by a commons area where there was a little kitchen and stuff like that. But yeah, we had dorms, and so we had the communal showers and stuff like that. So it was good.
How was the food?
It was delicious.
Yeah.
The suppers.
So good.
What did you have suppers on site at the dorm, or you went and you tried the local cuisine?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to different like cultural restaurants. So there was like Vietnamese, Ethiopian, Thai, and then we got to, well, my group at least got to go to this pizza place. But
Oh, okay. What was your favorite?
the Thai, probably.
Thai?
Yeah.
Did you like all of them? I mean, had you ever tried Vietnamese or Ethiopian before?
Vietnamese wasn't my favorite.
Okay.
I don't know why, but it just wasn't my favorite.
Yeah.
Our
get
group also got to have
Greek food.
Greek food. Yeah. So turn the mic.
Like gyros?
That's
Gyros?
exactly what we had. Yeah.
With tzatziki sauce?
Mm-hmm.
Getting hungry. It's almost lunch.
Yeah.
So Brinley, what was your favorite food?
Well, I had the chicken shawarma at the Greek place, and that was my favorite. It was really good. We also got like a side of, I don't know what was like the seasoning or anything, but it was fries, and there was like seasoned.
Mhm.
I don't know. Greek was my favorite, but I'm glad I went out of my comfort zone because usually I'm a picky eater, and I tried everything, and I wasn't like, ew, this is gross. Like,
Yeah.
I ate everything, so I'm glad I tried
Good.
Yeah.
stuff.
So is chicken shawarma in your usual rotation now? You're adding that to like
No,
Tuesday nights?
I hope.
Chicken shawarma night?
Yeah, I need to tell my mom.
Mom? Tuesday nights, chicken shawarma night.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I was. Our group had Vietnamese, Thai, Greek, and Ethiopian, and I was impressed because all the you're a parent. You go into we have a one of the girls' grandmas here too, but we you go in with your kids and you're like, oh boy, how's this gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
But they all ate everything. It was great.
Nice.
Yeah, yep.
Well, I'm really happy to hear that you guys were wonderful ambassadors for Christ, like it says in the book of in Corinthians, because that's what you were doing. You were going to share the love of Jesus and also experience more of the world, experience a whole new place, just
Yeah.
like you said, and to hear that you guys were open to trying all this stuff just makes me happy. I'm
Yeah.
glad to hear that.
Yep. And
It's different if someone's like, I ain't eating that.
yeah, I had some concerns. I did, but no, we didn't have any of that. And the Thai was my favorite too. for
Really?
sure.
Was the Thai super hot?
No.
Really?
She got mild for everything
Oh.
that we had. She ordered mild for us.
Okay.
We had to order seconds of the Thai food.
Oh.
We didn't get to do that.
No. Well, I
You
might.
guys got the mild, they got the hot.
I might have pushed it a little bit. Like, hey, we're still hungry. But the Vietnamese food was a close second. That was really good too. So yeah.
What was your favorite service project, Ryan?
Not the one where I stabbed through my hand. No, that one was good. I like that one. We did that 2 days Project Cure. We also did, our group served at a thrift store where I also bled.
What?
Yeah.
Ryan, you know the blood, sweat, and tears saying that's figurative. You don't need to take it literally, right?
Well, I made up for no tears by an extra blood, I guess.
You know, Sarah, Ryan and Jen are now old hats. They've done this. They've done 2 years of mission trips together. Mm-hmm. And
We're not done with the second one yet. Don't get.
well.
We need to knock on
So
wood
far, so far,
Don't jinx us.
they have not hospitalized any children.
No ER visits. That was a theme on the trip, wasn't it? No ER visits.
Our previous high school youth
I was going to
director
say
had
we had a
history.
couple issues with that. So
did, yeah.
this is successful.
As I told Jen, as long as you guys bleed and you bring back most of the kids, you call that a win.
yeah.
Most
That's
of
a
the
win.
kids, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zach and I were 2 for 2 on ER visits when we were out. No, we were at the thrift store and I was in charge of the price tag
Oh no.
machine. And we were almost done. I had 3 left and I was like, I don't want to leave 3. So I was in a hurry and I shot the thing right into my finger.
Did you bleed for that one too?
I bled, and I did finish my 3. I
Was it
just
the
made
same
sure.
hand?
Yeah.
Oh, your left hand hates your guts.
Yeah. So at least it wasn't my driving hand.
Yeah, there you go. You can, this one you can hold out the window, your left hand, let the air do its work.
Yep.
So here's a real important question for you guys. How was Ryan's awesome mixtape this time around in the travel?
I think that Ryan, it's hit or miss for him.
What?
Because if he plays like Dum Dum or Church Clap or any of that, W. But if he plays, what did you play? London Bridges?
By Fergie?
Yes. If he plays that, L.
Yeah, they're not so much into like Jefferson Airplane or things like this.
The classics. A bunch of heathens then is who you had with you.
Yeah. Let Emma speak. Maybe she's choose
okay.
your words carefully now.
Don't get too excited. So I feel like it needs some work.
They're so nice about their criticisms for you, Ryan. I love it.
There's some good songs and there's some bad songs.
They sound like American Idol judges.
At least they're not Simon, I guess.
It was truly dreadful.
But there was some good songs, like Buttermilk Biscuits. That's always going to be a good one.
Nice.
I feel like Ryan's songs have like a trend. You hate it at first, it starts to grow on you, and then you love it.
Yep.
And like it's a process. But some of those songs, it'll never happen to. Like you'll just always hate them. But then like a few of them, you'll love them. But like it's just a process, and it depends. But
That's true. It never fails. All the noobs on the mission trips, I play Buttermilk Biscuits, and they're sitting there going, "This is weird. I don't like this. This is weird." And then I look over at the other adult on the trip, and I'll be like, "Give it an hour."
Give it time.
Yeah.
They're going to be asking. They're
About
gonna be begging
45
for it.
minutes later, can you play the Biscuit song again?
Yeah.
Is it because it's the only other better option compared to what's being played?
No, I don't think so.
Emma just nodded.
What?
Yeah.
I let you guys pick songs.
But then you'd sneak your songs in, and we'd be sitting there being ready to sing to our song, but then you'd be singing to your song, and we can't sing to our song. So it's just...
Come on. Nobody even requested Love Story, and I played that.
I guess. And then we listened to it on the way home from the baseball game.
Yeah.
And everyone was just screaming, and it was the best. I don't know. But I feel like listening to music, like in the night on the way home to our dorm rooms like was the best. I remember my like 8th grade girls group, we were in, was it Jen and Joel?
Jen.
Oh, when
and
you guys
Gloria.
Jen,
lifted
Joel-
the roof off the thing?
Jen, Joel, and Gloria, we were all in the like van, and Queen Jen decided that we could play Deja Vu by
Good for you.
Oh yeah, Good for You.
Yeah, it was good for you, I thought.
Yeah, Good for You by Olivia Rodrigo, and we were just screaming.
Yeah, that's what I
Dad
heard.
said he couldn't hear after that.
Yeah, there were a few times we got back to the dorm and my ears were ringing a little bit.
Well, also, it didn't happen just at night, for me at least. But we were stuck in traffic, and there was like this big accident, and we were waiting to get to the Royals game. And so we get past the accident and all, and I'm like, can we play Favorite Crime? And that's by Olivia Rodrigo, and it's the same album as Good For You. And they turn it on, and it's like a slow song, so I thought I was just going to be like content. But I don't know what happened. Something just like came out of me, and I just like...
She was moved by the Spirit.
I just screamed. And so then it made me stop. It was really sad, but...
They did? They
Yeah.
shut you down, huh? It was
Well, yeah,
stressful
'cause
with the accident out there?
Well, we made it way past that. We had to sign in to the game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was still singing, and then they turned it down, so I had to stop. But
Oh,
I was
sure.
screaming in my heart.
Ryan,
Great.
Yeah.
what did you think of our dances to Dum Dum and Church Clap?
Wow, they were bussing.
Oh my gosh. But okay, 1 out of 10. How much energy do you think we had during those dances?
Oh, it was 10 for sure.
We okay, McKenna, Jocelyn, and me carried that whole van because the rest of the people were sleeping, and then you played Dum Dum, and
Yeah.
then we were all jamming out,
Yep.
doing our dances. I think they were not happy with us,
Well,
but
it's just, these are the...
Church Clap. I know who performs Dum Dum.
Well, it is Tadashi and featuring Lecrae.
Okay.
Lecrae does Church Clap.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was good. Yeah.
I love that it's Christian music that you guys are like, that one rocks.
Ryan put us on Christian rap, and now
We're stuck.
I made a whole mission trip playlist. And
Did you go old school? Did you show them like D-Boy and DC Talk and
No, I
the
didn't.
old school rappers?
No, I did not. No, I tried Jars of Clay one time, and that was one of these ones that they're describing. That was an L.
No.
Yeah, total L.
They
So,
don't. I wouldn't say Jars of Clay really pumps you up. They're more kind of
Yeah.
they mellow you out. At least
Yeah,
that's my
that's true.
experience with
Yeah,
them.
we made a playlist with all the songs we listened to on the mission trip, including Buttermilk Biscuits, Dum Dum, and Church Clap. Those are the 3 highlights.
yeah,
And then we have a lot of Taylor Swift,
yeah,
like a lot.
Mars.
Bruno Mars, and then there's like there's Miley Cyrus in there.
yeah.
It's mostly 2010s music, like,
Yeah.
but it's a classic. So
It's the class. Yeah.
Yep.
Those
See,
are classics now.
2010.
This is how much I love these children. I will endure Bruno Mars.
Yes.
What's wrong with Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars is the best.
Yeah.
L.
W.
Okay, so
Ryan,
I have one more question. Then we need to get in those pictures because we told people to go to Google.
Yeah.
But I want to ask. So both of you guys had parents with you. You had your dad. Brindley had her dad. Emma had her mom.
Yep.
What was it? How was it having your parents with you on the trip?
Honestly, so my mom came last year also. She came to Duluth, and I feel like it's just, I felt more like content almost, because like I always get nervous on these mission trips and like homesick also, because like I still miss my dad and stuff, but just having like a parent with you, like getting to experience that, like getting to experience what we experienced with like your family is just better, I feel like, almost. So
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, I went on the Duluth mission trip. It was just me, Emma, and Grace for like 8th grade girls. But me and Grace didn't have a parent along, and this year I switched to having my dad, and it was so much better. Like, I didn't feel homesick because I knew I had a parent there. I knew, it's just comfortable having someone,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was just going to say that it's really neat that you can share that experience and those memories with one of your parents. I mean, we know in the church that for someone who's in 8th grade 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade, there's a bridge that happens. Like a lot of times people get confirmed and then we don't see them again until they have kids of their own. But the difference maker of engaging and continuing faith is for moms and dads to be engaged in sharing their faith with their kids and being able to say, I don't know all the answers. There's a lot of, it's a big world and God is pretty amazing and there's things we don't totally understand. And it's okay for parents to say, I don't know the answer to that, but are willing to share their faith in Jesus with their kids and to share that with other people together, to serve people together. It's pretty cool.
And the interesting thing was that during the day, like I mentioned earlier, we were split up. Your parents were in the other group during the day. So Emma's mom was with Brinley, and Brinley's dad was with Emma, split up during the day. But then we came back at nighttime. So yeah, the way it worked, we'd get up in the morning, do devotionals, get breakfast, make our lunch, then we'd head out and do our service project or like a cultural experience. And then at nighttime, then we'd get back together to do whatever fun activity that we were going to do. And we'll see some of those. I'll sprinkle some of these pictures that we've been talking about along the way. So if you're watching this, you're probably seeing pictures already, but I can't guarantee it because I haven't done it yet.
Haven't edited, don't know. I have one more question for
you.
you.
It's like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. We got to remember to do this afterwards.
Yeah.
Travel back in time and hide the keys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did you pick up any new lingo, Ryan?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Totally. Winner. I'm a win. Yeah. I even helped form.
You taught the girls gang signs? Is that what's going on?
W.
Oh, W. I see. Yeah. All right.
Well, we taught this to you.
Yeah, you did. Yep.
No.
And
wait. Did you teach them?
No, no. That was theirs.
Really?
Yeah, that was theirs. But I taught him the W.
The bird.
And
what I am showing is the girls threw up 2 4s with their hands,
like the four horsemen,
and that's what I showed was the 4 horsemen.
but that's supposed to represent a W.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Look at the webs.
Or you can.
Oh, okay.
I can't do it, but like.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what was I gonna? I was gonna say something else. So the other projects that we did the Project Cure we've talked about, and we did. You guys did Amethyst Place. Brinley and my group did not get a chance to do that one. We did, but we went to the garden after the harvest. It's called. Did you guys do after? No, you didn't. You guys couldn't go. So after the harvest is a farm where they donate some of their leftover crops. They have people come in and pick them, and then they take them to different places to distribute the food around Kansas City. So we had a chance to go see that. And then one of the places that they take the food to, Canby's Market. You guys both did Canby's Market, right? That was one of my favorites too, actually. They gather food that's donated, and then they do a couple things with it. They will pack meals, kind of like Meals on Wheels here, and take them to people throughout Kansas City. But the bigger thing that they do is they provide fresh fruits and vegetables to convenience stores in what they call food deserts. So areas of Kansas City that don't have a grocery store or a place where you can get fresh fruits and vegetables within a half mile. They will. So I think they said they worked with 40 different like convenience stores or places like that, and the people still have to buy them, but they're available, which they normally wouldn't be to these people within a close distance. Okay. So we did that, and then we talked about the food. What was your favorite cultural experience while we were there?
So it wasn't as much of it wasn't meant to be a cultural experience, I feel like, but I feel like it kind of turned into one. So we were supposed to go to the harvest place, the farm, but it got canceled. And we got to go around to talk to just people that are walking around, and we got to just ask if they wanted to sit down and eat lunch. And a lot of people just kind of ignored us or walked by. And there was one lady, she couldn't eat lunch, but we stopped her and she said, "So what can we pray for?" And she goes, "We'll just pray for like all the murders and stuff going around on the world and like all the sadness." And so we got to pray for that with her. And then we stopped by this guy, and he rode bike past us for a while. His name was Alfred. He was from Liberia, and he had been living in America for about 20 years, in Kansas City for like about 10 years. And he was living in America, and he has no family in America. He was all alone. And we go, what can we pray for? Like, how can we pray for you? And he goes, my son, he's stuck back in Liberia, and he's unable to get a visa. And it was just kind of amazing how we just got to sit down and pray with him, like, for something that we didn't even know him, and we got to, like, just have such, like, a meaningful experience with, like, someone you don't know. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
And Brindley, your dad told me that story that night, and it sounds like it was pretty powerful, pretty emotional thing. Mm-hmm. So how about you, Brindley? What was your favorite cultural experience?
One of them was just going on that, what's it called? Like, walk in my shoes.
Oh,
the homeless walk.
Yep,
right?
yep.
That was pretty amazing. Even though we didn't see many homeless people, mm-hmm. you could still, I don't know, it was like powerful in a way. So you can like take the same route they would, you know.
The Sojourners Circle, it's called. Yeah, it's an area in Kansas City where they can get a lot of they can like, the library is there, and they can hang out in the library. They're able to go in and hang out all day as long as the library is open, and not get kicked out, and hang out, get out of the heat or out of the cold or rain or whatever it is. So yeah,
that security guard in the library, she was so awesome. She was, you know, if let's say you walked in and then like a homeless man walked in right behind you, she would greet you the same.
Yep.
She didn't make anyone leave. She just said, hi, welcome to the library. And you could tell that she knew some of the people that were walking in. So I think that was cool. I also just liked going to the city market. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. The city market and walking around. I think you saw so many different people there. Mm-hmm. And I think that's like what Kansas City is about. You know, there's not Fargo. I feel like sometimes it's just kind of the same. There's like a lot of the same people, but I feel like Kansas City has a lot of different people and cultures and religions.
It's very diverse.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
And I don't think it's the city. Like, I don't know. I just don't think anyone has a problem with that. Yeah. I think everyone's like, yep, this is Kansas City. This is what we represent.
Sure.
And yeah, that's what stuck out to me.
Is Kansas City like San Francisco, where there's places that are really poor and places that are really rich and taken care of?
Yeah, but not as Kansas City proper is so condensed that you can be standing here in a very affluent part of San Francisco and look right, and you can see right there, like, you know, a really
poor area.
So it's right there, and it seems like
that's San Francisco, right?
Yes. Did I mess that up? I'm sorry. Yeah. In San Francisco is so condensed that you can stand in one spot. Kansas City is all spread out, but it also seemed like in San Francisco, the extremes were very way more apparent. Very apparent. Like in San Francisco, like, wow, okay, this is a nice area of town, or oh my gosh, we got to get the kids out of here as soon as we can. Mm-hmm. Where in Kansas City, it wasn't that extreme, you know. And the homeless issue in San Francisco was much more prevalent too. I mean, they were on the streets, they were sitting on the sidewalks, they were. I mean, there's in San Francisco, I think they said there's like 10,000 homeless people. And I mean, you can tell tent cities all over the place. We didn't see that in Kansas City. And part of that could be in San Francisco. I don't think the homeless people can just come and hang out in places and not get booted out. Where in
Kansas City,
like we said, they can hang out in the library or whatever. And yeah.
Were you able to do stuff on both, like Kansas City, Missouri?
No, we didn't let them go to Kansas.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we were on both sides. Yeah.
Just when I went to Kansas City, it was a very stark difference between when you were on the Missouri side versus the Kansas side.
Actually, do you guys remember the story of the was it Troost Avenue? Yeah.
Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't remember the story, but I remember we were going down the road, and Aaron, one of the CSM leaders, goes, "This is the street, and when we cross it, we're not in," I can't remember if it was Missouri or Kansas anymore, but we're not in the state we were in.
So that is that's
Hey, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas.
That
Anyone
is-
else go there?
Yep.
So that's state. I think it's State Boulevard or State Street or something like that. But there's another one, Troost Avenue, and on one side during not prohibition during the civil rights movement or before that, on one side was blacks only, the other side was whites only, and they kept them very separate. And even after that was illegal, they rezoned areas of town and just made it difficult for blacks to cross that line or for to go back and forth. It was
Like to physically go back and forth, or like redlining, like
redlining, redlining.
Okay.
Yeah. Brindley, were you going to say something? Oh, okay. So there was a lot of those cultural kind of experiences. My favorite, and this crosses over into the fun activity, was the Blue Room. I thought the Blue Room was my favorite. That is a jazz club that's been in operation since the 20s.
You brought a bunch of kids to the club?
Oh, man. You guys don't know this, but I went back and forth all day long about whether or not we should go to the Blue Room, which is why you didn't know about it until that night.
Sweating bullets.
I was.
But it was so fun. I don't
was.
know what you were stressed about because I had a great time,
Well, so
if you go, not all jazz clubs or blues houses are age appropriate.
right. So we drove by there on our prayer tour. We did a prayer tour where we drove all over Kansas City and learned about different areas and stopped and prayed for the city. But we drove by the Blue Room, and they're like, "This is the Blue Room. It's a jazz club that's been in operation since the 1920s." And the first thing that popped into my head is we should go there. And so I look it up, and they're only open certain nights, and Monday night was one of them. So I thought, well, this is perfect. We could go. And then I am looking some more, and I'm looking at pictures, and it's like dark, like physically dark in there. And I'm like, okay. And then I see pictures where like the bar is lit up, and I'm like, oh, okay. So then I started looking at reviews, and they're like, no food, live jazz, fun atmosphere, all this kind of stuff. And they serve alcohol and pop. And I'm like, rats. I can't take these kids to a drunken jazz fest.
Right.
I'm going to get drove out of town, So I'm going back and forth all day, and I'm going to TripAdvisor and looking
Why
at...
didn't you just call them?
I tried.
Oh.
So I went to their, like I said, they're only open certain nights.
Okay.
So I go to their Facebook page, and the second question under frequently asked questions is, are kids allowed? And it said, kids are encouraged to come. They need to be accompanied by an adult. And I'm like, well, of course, their website's going to say that. Okay. So I sent them a message on Facebook. I didn't get anything back. I even texted Tabitha and asked her to do a little research because I couldn't do it while we were doing all our stuff. And so finally, the adults all get together and we're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go there, but we're going to tell the kids, 'cause you probably got this speech. We're going to go in, and if we say it's time to go, we're just leaving. You remember that? That was because we're like, we have no idea what we're walking into here. And so we told them, if we say it's time to go, no questions, you just come with us, and away we go. And you had to get... They were free tickets, but you had to register because they only allow so many people in this place because it's small. Mm-hmm. And so we get there and we're walking in, and I'm like, don't be a bust, don't be a bust, don't be a bust. And we walk in, and it was great. They were interacting with you guys and stuff. Mm-hmm. So that was cool.
I remember they asked us where we were from. Like, there was a guy that went up and sang, and I feel like we stuck out a lot because we were loud. Yeah, we were loud, and we came in kind of late. I don't know. It was just, and we're a big group, So he went on stage and he said, "Hey, where are you guys from?" And no one spoke. So I remember Jocelyn was like, "Fargo, North Dakota." And then he was like, "Oh, are you like for a school trip?" And then no one spoke again. So Jocelyn was like, "Church." And it was fun. I had a great time there because we had Shirley Temples and we were dancing. And it was just a fun environment there.
Yep. Yeah, it was really cool. And I said it later, if I would have decided, because I was very close to just saying, if I'm having this bad of vibes about it, maybe we should just scrap this thing. But if I would have decided that we should scrap it and then come back there like a year or two later and actually went there, I'd have been like, oh, L.
Right.
That'd have been a total fail.
And the people there were just like so nice. Like, I don't know, but the lady that was giving us just drinks, she just like treated us like she went out of her way, it felt like, just to be nice. And when we were leaving, everyone was just saying goodbye to us, and they were all so sweet, and it was just a great place. So
Yep, it was really fun.
What's it called?
The Blue Room.
The Blue Room.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We have pictures of that too that could be in front of you right now. I have no idea because I haven't edited this yet.
Time will tell.
So, all right, rapid fire. We'll go through some pictures here. I'll just start at the beginning. Here we've got.
we were at the art museum. We didn't go into it, but outside there's big birdies, and they're like marked one of the biggest birdies in the world or something, or in the U.S.
Badminton birdies.
Badminton birdies, yeah. And
Like, oh, that's a cute way to talk about birds.
Yep. Yep.
but yeah, it was, our group just took a picture in front of it, and we also got to go to a glass museum glass maze after that. Me and Grace kind of biffed it, but it's okay.
You know what? You got to tell the story. You don't have to name names, but you have to tell the story. It sounds to me like we were close to an emergency room visit at the glass.
Oh, no.
The glass room, right?
Oh, yeah. So we were going through the glass maze, and Aaron has been through this many times because he just knows what this is. And we get in the glass maze, and we're like, okay, this is like towards the end. And I'm walking, and there's this turn, and I'm like, this is farther ahead. And there's this like really clear piece of glass, and I don't know what happened, but I just, like, my feet just kept moving. I didn't stop. And there was this big thud, and everyone looked at me. I'm like, hey guys. And then, so I was okay. I was fine. But then we thought we were leaving, but then there's like this triangle, and you have to go all the way back through the maze again to get out. And Grace was going in front of me, and we thought we were going to leave, but there was another turn, and like you had to like loop around again. But Grace just kept walking, and she like started skipping out, and she just like went straight into the glass. There was the biggest thud I've ever heard because she went so fast into the glass, and it was so funny.
Evidently, the glass is pretty clear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and
Could be
pretty
a great Windex commercial.
unbreakable glass.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure it's yeah. Can you imagine people running into that
yeah.
full speed?
Little
Yes.
kids in there.
Yeah. So yeah, we did not. Our group didn't stop there. Sorry, Brindley. Okay, what do we got going on here?
That's some members of my group. That's Annika and Jocelyn and Jen. That's us sorting medical supplies at the Subtropolis Underground Project Cure place, and we went through boxes of donated medical supplies.
Cool. All right, let's see. Some of these are duplicates, I think. So, there's a picture of Subtropolis. What did you guys think of that when you were driving around in there?
To be honest, I thought this would be like a horror movie scene place.
This is the end.
Well, it got like dark.
Yeah.
It got dark.
Stranger Things.
And yeah,
It's up
Stranger
to
Things.
160 feet underground in certain places. So.
And
Wow.
I don't like being well, okay, when I was a kid, when we did those, like when we had a bunch of snow and we did those snow tunnels,
Yeah.
I hated that. I hate being in like a tight place that I don't know. So I feel that I'm
Claustrophobic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not really
Yeah, I could see that, especially if the power went out. That'd be a bummer.
scary.
Okay, let's see here. We'll skip through. Oh, this is here's one.
Yeah, so that's that picture. Okay. So we were sorting through potatoes at the market, and I pick up this potato, and it's slimy. And I'm like, this isn't a potato, but it was a potato. And I pick it up, and there's this weird smell, and I throw it, and I'm like, okay. And then I rub my face, and I started gagging. And I, like, in this picture, I'm running away from the thing. I accidentally threw my gloves in the compost, so there's gloves in the compost now, but it was terrifying, and I don't know if I can ever go back. It was horrible.
I did not know that story until you just told
Yeah, I'm
it.
kinda
So that's
proud
you
about
right
it.
there bolting, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, let's see what else we got. So is this some more of those? This is one of the other girls on the trip, but is that some of those nasty
Oranges.
nasty oranges?
Yeah, they went through that for about 2 hours, and there was this, they had like a huge crate. It was like 6 by 5 feet, and they ended up with a crate that was like 1 by 2 feet. That was all good. That was really good.
Okay. And well, that's part of the deal. I mean, they get whatever they can get, and sometimes it's unfortunately just not good. Did you guys notice all the hearts around town like that?
I think, yeah. I think they're doing like, I don't know.
It's
I've
over
heard,
now.
What?
Yeah.
I've heard they were like, I've heard about it.
July 10th was the last day.
Did they take them down?
Yeah.
July.
There
June
were
10th.
June 10th?
or I'm sorry, June 10th. There were these hearts all over that artists made, kind of like the buffalo here in Fargo, that are all over the place. They did these hearts all over Kansas City, and we got to be there, so we have pictures in front of a bunch of the hearts and stuff. Let's see here. We'll just go through and find. Oh, did you see one you want to talk about?
Yeah, you should.
Where at? Which one?
Wait, yeah, that one.
This one? All right.
Wait, no, we should do the ones with all the shades. So go over 2. That way.
2.
Other way.
This way?
Yeah,
That way.
that way.
Can't see it.
Here we go, Ryan.
Right there?
Yes.
All right.
So, this picture is my new favorite picture because all of us are wearing shades. The middle 3 are wearing pajama pants, and the outside 3 are wearing shorts. And we're just all chilling. But we were doing a prayer tour.
A prayer tour?
Yeah. So we went to different places. We went down Troost Avenue.
Yep.
We saw like an abandoned hospital.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah, we went. Our first morning, they took us all around Kansas City, and kind of told us the history of Kansas City and some of the struggles that they've had. And they took us like down the street where the nicest houses in Kansas City are. And that was the first day to kind of give us like this is where you are, and this is who we're serving. And then we would stop in certain spots and pray for the city. And this was one of them outside the World War I museum, which I did not know was in Kansas City.
it was an amazing view. We were right by this huge like tower thingy. What is it, like a
Yeah.
Is it a monument?
That was the World War I. Yeah.
Monument.
Yeah, but what's like the pillar thingy?
Yeah, that was it.
That's the monument.
But what does it represent?
The World War I museum, I guess.
Okay.
Did you guys get to go up that tower?
No, I don't know if
money.
You
did it. I didn't look.
I did.
I think it was like $15 for tickets.
Oh, wow.
That would have costed us a lot.
So, all right, here's a picture of. You guys didn't get to go to this one, Emma.
Yeah.
Brindley, we were at that one.
So this picture, I don't know what it was called. We were gleaning though.
Yeah.
We were supposed to, but we kind of only picked some weeds in the greenhouse.
Yeah, there wasn't anything quite ready enough to pick yet. This was the farm that I talked about earlier, where they let people come in and when they have too much and pick mostly vegetables, tomatoes, peppers, things like that. Do you remember the story about it wasn't the Carolina Reaper? It was.
Should I tell it?
Yeah.
So this guy, you can see him. He has the yellow shirt and he's on the far right. I think, yeah. So he owns and like he doesn't own, right? Does he own?
He volunteers there, I think. I can't remember.
But yeah, I think he plays a huge part in that farm. He grows peppers, and he had the idea to grow some hot peppers where they They were not.
They weren't the Carolina Reapers. They were the next one down. What's the next hottest pepper, DJ? Do you remember? Not a ghost pepper, not a Carolina Reaper. It was.
Is it the bonnet one?
A green pepper.
It was in between. I don't know.
Habanero pepper.
No, it was hotter than that. But anyway, it was
a really hot pepper. And he also just has normal peppers.
Yep.
So, volunteers come and there's a market every Saturday, right?
I think so, yeah.
And they sell peppers, but volunteers come and pick peppers, pick the peppers to get ready for the market. So someone that volunteered to pick the peppers accidentally picked some of the hottest peppers, and he mixed them in to some normal peppers. So everyone was like, well, we don't know if these are hot peppers or normal peppers.
Right.
So
that's half the fun.
Yeah. Sounds like it didn't go over well.
Yeah, it didn't.
Is what it boils down to.
But now I don't think you're allowed to buy any peppers there anymore because then they don't let us.
Yeah, they have them very well marked. There was the streetcar.
Do you want me to talk about it?
Sure. Or you both can. It's up to you.
I'll go first. And then, so this is an amazing picture. Look at all of us. But yeah, we were in a streetcar. The streetcar is actually free to Kansas City. And
all of the public transit is free. The buses and the streetcar, which is like their inner city light rail system, is free.
I think that's why I love Kansas City, because they're so inclusive, of homeless people. They don't make them feel like they're anything less than a human. They're they're inclusive, which I like. But anyways, we went all the way from City Market to Union Station, which is about a 40-minute.
I think round trip it was 40 minutes.
Yeah,
so
round trip. Which it was really cool. I liked it. And there's different seating. Like if there was one I remember that you could flip down the seats for strollers. And then you can, I don't know, it's just like any other bus, but I feel like it was more clean than other buses.
Yeah.
So I had fun.
Emma, what did you think of it?
I think it was cool, and we took the whole route. I bet you guys did that too, but on the route we saw a guy, and I think he was kind of homeless, and I'm not sure though, but I mean, they were just like everyone, like the people that was like running the bus, they were just so nice to everyone, and like I didn't know this, but when they get to the end of the route, they'd have to get off. Like everyone had to clear the bus, and then they'd have to switch to the other side of the bus so that they could change directions. And apparently they do that to like discourage homeless people from going on there, but like the fact that they like still allow them on there and like they just like let them on there, I think it's just so cool. So.
Yeah. Yep. That was good.
Brindley, were you talking about Liberty Tower?
Yes.
The memorial? So the tower is crowned with 4 sculptures, the guardian spirits of, they represent protectors of peace, each holding a sword and named for virtue, honor, courage, patriotism, and sacrifice. And from the top of it, from the Liberty Memorial, you have a view of like Union Station and the whole city. Yeah. So that's the whole point of the Liberty Memorial.
The skyline there was really, really pretty. I remember. It was one of my favorite. Oh, Ryan.
What?
I just remembered this. Do you have any pictures of us on the big screen?
I do. You better tell the story.
All right. So basically, we, my group, so Ryan's group too, we got there first because Emma's group was stuck in traffic.
Yep.
When she was singing. Apparently.
Yeah, when she was singing.
Yes.
So
which may have helped cause the traffic. Everyone wanted to
I think so.
catch the show.
To stop and listen to. So basically, me, Jocelyn, and McKenna, we were dancing and we got on the big screen. It was kind of awkward, to be honest. But then the other group showed up, so we were trying our hardest to get on the big screen. And I think everyone kind of left. It was getting slower. I don't know. It was towards the end of the game. But we were all dancing and we got on it. And then we were like, okay, well, 2 times the charm. So that picture right there is just us.
That was the first one,
Yeah,
right?
that was the first one. Me, McKenna, and Jocelyn.
Yep.
The second one, it was the whole group, pretty much. Ryan was doing a Squidward dance. Yeah. And then
I'll find it. We got it here
it
somewhere.
a third time. We got on it a third time.
Yep.
And I think that's like a record or something because we were all dancing again.
Everyone was going all out.
Yeah, Emma was in it too. Like the second time you didn't get in it, right?
I only made it once, but
Yeah.
Well, and if I caught it right, Ryan, this was international exposure because weren't they playing like
They were playing the Blue Jays.
The Blue
Yep.
Jays.
Yep. Worldwide.
That's right.
Yep.
And it was Dollar Dog Night,
It was.
so I had 4 hot dogs.
Yep.
I was hungry.
So we went in there and I challenged Anders to a hot dog eating contest. And all I needed was one more than Anders. So I finished with 5.
Wow.
If he'd have gone up again, I'd have had to go back. But
he wanted to, but it was closed. So you're lucky, Ryan. You better watch out next time. Red Hawks.
Red Hawks, do they have a Dollar Dog Night?
No, but still it counts. So.
You might just show up to church one Sunday with just a whole lot of
Yeah,
hot dogs and
dogs.
some buns. And
Well, first he was talking about speed eating them, and I'm like, no. I already said no ER visits on this trip. We're not having anybody choke on a hot dog.
having to do the Heimlich would count as an ER visit.
Yeah, nope, no good. So, well, we just have a few minutes left. Why don't you give us some final thoughts on the trip?
Well, okay. So I'll go through 2 of my favorite memories on the trip. So one of them was kind of meaningful, and one of them was just something that happened. But so after we went to the Amethyst place, I was like, everyone was so touched because like it was such like a heartwarming moment just to see all those kids like just being able to bring a smile to their faces. Kind of, it was just so heartwarming. And like we look over in the sky, and the sunset's just like beautiful, and then we see a rainbow in the sky. And, like, you could just feel, like, God was, like, there. And you just knew it. He was, like, trying to talk to you. And, like, we could all just feel it. And it was just an amazing moment. But also another thing that happened is, so Ryan decided to pull a prank on one of our members.
Ryan did?
I thought I was.
What?
I thought I was going to get by without this story coming up.
No. And so one of our, Annika, she accidentally spilled ice cream on a car. Things happen. And so Ryan is on the phone. He's pretending to be on the phone, and he goes,
Okay, hold on. So this happened at the ice cream joint. We went back, and this is about a half hour later now. I grabbed my phone.
Yep. And he picks it up and goes, what did you No, you didn't say anything. You're just like saying, okay, yeah. And then you yelled for Annika to come over.
And she's like, I don't know, 50 yards away. I had to holler
Yep.
to get her to come back.
And then he goes, you said she was wearing a pink shirt. And then he goes, Annika, did you spill ice cream on a car? And she goes, yeah, I did. And she goes, I think I got her. And she hands over the phone, and no one's there. So she's, like, trying to talk to this guy that's non-existent. She thinks she's getting the cops called on her. She's freaking out. And Ryan's laughing. So everyone was, I don't know why this made me mad, because I wasn't even involved. I just thought.
You were madder than she was.
Well, I just wanted to dump water on you. That was just the fun part. But,
So then I found out later the entirety of the next day was Emma plotting against me.
Really?
yeah, so we had to change our plan, unfortunately. We were going to pretend that the KCPD was calling, because we were going to change my mom's number to KCPD, like her contact name.
In my phone somehow.
No, it was going to be Joel's phone, but like Joel did not want to be involved. So we're like, okay, we're not going to do this because this is just going to take too long. So we get back, and on like the last 10 minutes of the drive, I go, you know what, guys? We're going to go to the ice machine. We're going to get bottles of ice, water, and like just fill it up. So then, we go, well, what about his wallet and his phone? And we're like, oh, well, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not that mean. But we grab it, and so Haley was like, can I borrow your wallet to see the Bill of Rights? So we got that.
I have a Bill of Rights in my wallet.
Yes.
Good.
And so also our safe word when Ryan came down was pineapple juice. I didn't know if you caught that. But
No, huh?
we yelled pineapple juice when you came down, so we were all ready. But then Gloria.
The intricacies of this plan.
Yeah, this is...
Gloria got the phone, one of the CSM leaders, Gloria, and we all, like, we have a video of it, and you can just see us all start creeping in, and we're all, like, huddled around him. We're just talking, and I scream, now! And everyone just starts dumping water on him, and it was really funny.
Who did that? that's cold.
I got about as wet as Ryan. Yeah, I Mom, now you're.
You got the CSM people to join you. What a
That's
coup.
awesome.
Yeah.
A plot.
Arrows
A plot
to my
is
right
afoot.
and my left.
It was pretty fun.
Sounds like it was well deserved too, Ryan.
No.
It was, it was fun.
All right, Brindley, how about you? Any final thoughts on the trip?
I'm just gonna share two things as well, but one is just I don't know, something about mission trips, like in the van. I don't know. After supper, I had so much energy, like I could not stop, like laughing or, smiling, and I think it's just because these bonds with these people that you create, like they're gonna last a while because they are, gonna grow in Christ with you, which I think is really meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite part was the ride home, and we were all, I don't know, me and Grace, we were napping, but we woke up from our naps, and we were gonna play cue?
Yeah, we had
We had a queue of all music, like all the music that we wanted, and we were just screaming, and I think that I was happy in that moment. It was really fun. And yeah. And then I had the same experience as Emma. Like we were driving home one night and we had what were we playing? We were playing some sort of worship music, and the sunset was beautiful. You could see rain like in the distance, and it was really pretty. And then we got home. I think that was the same night that you poured water on him.
Yeah,
And that day, the whole week was just awesome. So, if there's any kids listening to this, go on a mission trip. It is worth it, and it's so much fun.
Yeah, one more. Yeah, go ahead.
So on Thursday, I'd have to say that was like, obviously the whole week was meaningful and all, but Thursday was just like,
Thursday night,
yeah. So last year what we did for like a kind of closing, we got like a feet washing like Jesus did. And then in Kansas City, what we did, that was kind of like our closing and like our reflection is, so they had stations, and it was like prayer stations. You could like write out a prayer or you could draw out a prayer. And so me and Brindley kind of started at the drawing, and we finished drawing, and I went to go sit down, and everyone was like really emotional because like you just felt so like God was so powerful in that moment. Like everyone was so emotional, and I went out and I was crying because it was just an amazing moment. And me and Brindley sat out there for a while and just kind of like just sat there, and like it was just so powerful. And then getting to sit with my group and like feeling that and like knowing that we're gonna be confirmed in like God's words like with together, and we're brothers and sisters in Christ. Just it's like an amazing moment knowing like you get to experience that, and like some people don't get that experience. So like if you want to go on a mission trip, don't like second guess yourself, because you won't regret it. So
Yeah. That last night was pretty good. So I got two things. First of all, are you sure that you weren't laughing because of my dad jokes?
No.
Okay. And the other thing, so that last night was pretty powerful. And Anders walked off, and he was by himself sitting on a little curb thing. And I watched him for a while, and I was like, yeah, he's having a moment right now. And so I went over there, and we're dudes. Dudes don't show emotion.
Nope.
So, and the girls were all crying.
We were bawling because we were all writing our prayers, and I don't know, it was just really emotional.
I looked at Jocelyn, I was crying, and then she started crying more, and then I started crying more, and then we were all crying.
we were.
They were all crying. And I think Anders, I don't want to throw him under the bus, so it may not have been this way, but I think that he was getting a little emotional too. Sure. And this happened last year too. And so I went over, and I could tell that he was having that he was trying to keep things together. So I went over and I sat down next to him, and I said, Anders. He looks over at me. I said, the chicks are all bawling again.
No.
Ryan.
That stopped it right there.
Yeah, that broke it up.
Yeah.
No, it was good. The whole trip was good. And you guys were great. And I said this when we got back, but I want to say it again that it is great having a group. I've been on 7 or 8 mission trips now, so I've seen a lot of other groups on mission trips, and ours, hands down, is the best every single time because I never have to worry about taking you guys places that are and you being disrespectful or causing problems like you're doing now. Hey. You guys are great. You are. You're great. Every time I take you somewhere, I love it. So I'm glad you came along. So.
You're welcome.
All right.
Of course, anytime.
Yep.
Word.
You're so welcome.
Well, you know what? You guys learned how to pray, and I was wondering if you would pray now.
Sure,
You're
I
close
got
by.
this.
Here, do you want to start it and then I'll end it?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I'll,
Okay.
I'll
Good
bump
point.
your shoulder.
Nice.
Wait. Okay. And then move the mic.
Dear God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for the beautiful weather outside. And God, I thank you that we can come together and just like recap and talk about you and how you've changed us and what you did in us last week. And we thank you for that. And God, I pray for each and every person listening online right now and that they are powered by you and you are known to them. And God, I pray that you keep doing what you're doing and everyone that in this church and
God, today we just thank you for Ryan, Sarah, and DJ for inviting us, me and Emma, to this podcast. We thank you for mission trips. We thank you for the people that make it happen and for the people that, make kids want to go. I pray for safe travels on the next mission trip, and I pray that many other kids will get moved in Christ like I did. And all Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's tough to get the adults to pray on
Word.
this.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
They had no hesitation. That was awesome.
W. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. This is great.
You're welcome.
Are they going to get to say your
Anytime.
closing word too, Ryan?
They don't know my clothes.
Oh.
They know that. they're that podcast noobs. I don't think they've ever listened, but they will now. So,
I listened to one.
did you?
Yep.
I've listened to Uno as well.
Oh,
Number one fan.
nice. Well, good. So, well, I'll go through it quickly. If you want to find, what is that?
They're throwing up gang signs
Hashtag
again.
one.
Number one.
Oh, hashtag number one. I like that. So you can find all of our stuff on YouTube, atonementfargo.org and atonement.live. You can join us this coming and every Sunday at 9 and 10:30 on any of those places for worship services. And so for Pastor DJ Luris, Sarah DeYoung, I almost said Sarah Mashevsky, Sarah DeYoung, Brindley Donut, and Emma Hovden I'm Ryan Janke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll... Join us next time for another riveting episode of That Podcast.
Bye, guys.